Hi, this is the first video of a little mini unit on inequalities. First thing we're going to talk about is just basic inequality terms and sentences. We'll be doing a pretty in-depth lesson on how exactly to read these phrases. So, first thing I've got is I've got a table set up. I've got one column that says symbol, the meaning, like what does it mean, and then some word phrases, like how these phrases would be used. So the first thing I would say is this one. When you read it, the way you read the symbol is this is A and B, obviously, and this symbol is less than. That's what it stands for. So the way I would read this is A is less than B. Some common things you'll see would be like fewer than, A is fewer than B, or A is below B. Would be some other ways of saying less than. Next symbol, X is more than Y. So X is like a bigger number than Y. That's how basically it means. It means either more than or above. X is above Y in value. Okay, now here comes the good ones. M is less than or equal to N. And some ways to say that is like there are at most 20 kids in a classroom. That means the most that there can be is 20. It's either at most means the most would be there's either that many kids or fewer. No more than. So in that case you would use this symbol, which is less than or equal to. The opposite of that is R is greater than or equal to. So at least. Mary needs to bring at least 20 tamales so that everyone can eat. Well, if she needs to bring at least 20, she needs to bring more than 20. So that's what the phrase at least means. Okay, moving on. What if in example number 1, you saw this? The question would be, give us a number line and an equality symbol. The classroom can seat up to 37 students. So my classroom that you're all in, I can seat up to 37 students. I can't have more. It's up to, but no more. So what you would do first is you would say S. S is equal to the number of students in the class, because that makes sense. Go with a variable, I'm going with S, that makes sense of whatever you're trying to solve. If you're trying to solve for tacos, use T. If you're trying to solve for pencils, use the letter P. Alright. And then the inequality symbol I would use as well, S is less than or equal to, because it could be equal to, but it's probably less than 37. So here's some things to think about. If it was just equal to, S is equal to 37, I would put a solid dot. That means equal to. Just a dot, that would be equal to. But it's less than or equal to. So it could be less than also. What's a number that's smaller than 37? 40 is getting bigger, 100 is over this way, 2 million, too big. However, 36 is smaller, 33 is smaller, 0, all the negatives are smaller, and those are all this way. That's less than. So we're going for the smaller number, so I'm going to take my pencil. If you got a highlighter, you can use that too. And I'm going to draw my squiggly line. I'm going to use these arrows to draw. So all the numbers, the number of students that could possibly make this a true statement, 34 is less than 37. 33. You want numbers that are going to make it a true sentence. And that's your goal. Let's look at the next one, part B. The restaurant only allows reservations for parties over 25 people. So if you think about when you're making a phone reservation for like a party, a group of people to go to Sizzler, you have to, when you call up a restaurant, some restaurants say we don't do reservations for under 10 people. Or they could say we only do reservations for over 25 people. Over means over. We need to get over 25. Well, 24 is under, so 26 and 27, those are over. I'm going to use P for people. P equals the people going to the restaurant, the people that are showing up for the party at Sizzler. I've never been to Sizzler, by the way, or Red Lobster, or a few places, Olive Garden. Never been to those three. I love Denny's though, but they don't do reservations. Never mind. P is equal to the people going to the restaurant. So if I'm looking at a number line, well, P has to be greater than, because it's over 25 people. Well, first thing I'm going to notice is, do you see an equal line underneath it? Like this one had an equal line underneath it. It doesn't have one, right? So we call this a closed circle. If there's no symbol right there, we're going to put an open symbol, open circle at 25. They won't do it for 25 people. It has to be over 25 people. Well, we already talked about 24 isn't over and 20 is smaller. And you're not going to make a reservation for -5 people because that's way over here. You're going to make it for over. 26 is over, 27, 30. Those numbers over here are over. So I'm going to draw my arrow, my squiggly line. And this means, by the way, that we go off to infinity, that it goes on forever. This one's going off to -infinity. So this one's going off to infinity forever. So when a question asks you to give an inequality and a graph, this is what they want. That's it for this lesson. This is actually a pretty quick one. We're going to be doing a word activity in class, and then we're going to be jumping right into it also for the next video, for maybe in the same day. So have a great afternoon. See you next time. Hi, remember how I said that there was only one example? I lied. There's actually two examples. I forgot where the other paper was. This is example number 2. It's real quick. Write an inequality based on the number line. So if I give you a number line, what inequality would you write? Well, first thing is this. What number is the focus number? And I call the focus number the number where the dot is at. Well, there's the focus number right there. And it's closed. So we know at least some number is equal to 6, because a closed dot, I'll put this in your tool bag over here. Closed dot means equal. Okay? So it means the answer is included in whatever solution set you have. So closed dot means equal, the number's included. But if that's it, there's no squiggly lines anywhere, then that's it. It's some number equals 6. That's it. There's no other answers. So this one's pretty easy. It's m equals 6. That's it. So if I ask you how do you graph x equals 35, you put a dot, a closed dot at 35, and you're done. That's the only answer. That's the number line. The number line still has to be correct. See, I got -1, 0, 1. I got my numbers in order. That still has to be correct, but it's just a closed dot. That's it. Part 2 of this. If I give you this number line, where I have a closed dot, my focus number is at 22, and it's going towards the negatives, that means it's less than or equal to, because it's a closed dot. So you would say t is less than or equal to 22. 17, that's less than, 18, good. Now there's actually kind of a trick. I could switch to 22 and a t. Think about it. If I switch 22 and t, what else do I have to flip over? The inequality symbol. Because I could also say 22 is greater than or equal to the number t, because t is some small number. So 22 is bigger than whatever t is. And that's another way of looking at it. So those two examples are just real quick. If I gave you a number line you would have to make one of these things. Okay? That's the second part of this video. Sorry about not having it on the original clip.